Yo, welcome back, Xycor here, and today I'm checking out Mobile Suit Gundam Battle Operation 2. And yeah, this was just released, not really just released, it's the network test, so it's kind of still early access, and I thought I'd just look at some of the character customization, which actually there isn't very much because I kind of went through it already. But I did record it, so I was gonna just kind of show that and a little bit of the tutorial as well, and then yeah, maybe I'll get in game at a later date as well. So yeah, we'll check that out here and we'll see. Another thing worth mentioning is that if you're a person that runs Linux and runs Windows inside a virtual machine, this game won't run for you because of the implementation of Easy Anti-Cheat. It prevents it from running in virtual machines. So another problem as well is if you try to hide the fact that you're running in a virtual machine, it's possible you could get a Steam account ban as well. So yeah, anyone that is running a virtual machine can't play the game either. Okay, looking at the character customization here, there's some, interesting options. It's not a lot though. There's not a wide array. You get some hairstyles. So basically just, I guess, you know, it's up to your choice of what you want. There's not a whole wide array of them though. There could be a little bit more, but who knows? Maybe they'll add more at a later date. This is just a network test. So yeah, it might be a little bit. They'll probably add more as time goes on, because it basically is an MMO, I guess, because basically the thought behind it is like a 6v6 battles, like PvP battles. So yeah, it's a interesting game, kind of similar to the recent Gundam Evolve, and yeah, it's I guess just a kind of a battle. I would have probably preferred it if it was a little bit more players on the either side. But yeah, you can choose the color of your hair, so that's not bad. And yeah, your hairstyle, and you can also choose your face style as well. And then, I think you can choose your height too, so it's pretty interesting. So yeah, face style would be next after this. I might switch to female here just to see. I did at least at some point. But the face styles, yeah, they're not, let's just say you're not the most handsome. But it's that way in most games now, isn't it? I guess I chose what I thought looked the best. Kind of matches me with the beard-ish. I tend to have that in real life, kind of. So yeah, I generally try to make a character similar to myself, you know, kind of looking like myself similarly in real life, because that's just how I portray myself. But basically, yeah, the options aren't extensive, but they're maybe okay for just kind of a base type of selection of character design. And then you have options for your face color and stuff as well, or your skin color, I should say. Now, of course, if the height, if you're choosing your height, it is in centimeters, so that's kind of what is something you'd have to remember if you're like in the US, like I am. So yeah, it would have to be like, you know, you'd have to convert your actual height if you want to do that. And then you get to choose your name, So basically, I just chose my name. You basically just type it in with your keyboard. And I converted my own height to centimeters because, I mean, why not? So then you choose your name, and you basically can't change it anymore afterwards. So you make sure you choose the right name, of course, something that you want, and then hit OK. And then it goes to a cutscene, which is kind of an interesting cutscene. Has the RX-78 on it, which is, of course, one of the most iconic Gundams in the Gundam franchise. I mean, there's not too many people that have seen Gundam that don't know about the RX-78. So it's pretty cool. Though the cutscene does look well done. It's well rendered. And pretty accurate. And then it gets into the tutorial then here.
Sorry to throw you straight into the deep end, but it looks like we're a bit short on pilots at the moment.
And yes, there's a girl that talks as well, so it's interesting.
To make sure you're both battle ready before you ship out.
They basically teach you how to pilot it, and you know, how to get in and out. Basically, it's an interesting game because you can be on foot and in a mobile suit. So yeah, and you can get out and get in, I think, as you please. At this time, I haven't actually completed the tutorial fully myself. I got booted out at the end by server maintenance. but it's interesting.
Icons, like the one you just used to board your mobile suit, will appear anytime you can perform a special action.
Yeah, it kind of tells you what you can do.
Okay, next up is the camera controls. Look around a bit for me, will ya?
And camera controls are basically done with one joystick. I assume it's the mouse as well if you're using mouse keyboard. But one interesting thing that I noticed is that when you're moving your mobile suit, it does feel like it has some weight to it. So they did seem to kind of get that.
That's it! You're doing great!
We'll see here in just a second.
Good. Looks like your optics are functioning properly. Make sure you're constantly scanning your surroundings on the battlefield.
Yeah, you always want to make sure you're looking around.
Let's stretch your legs a little. I placed a destination marker on your display. Move your mobile suit over,
especially since this is like a PvP game. So yeah, now moving is with the left stick, of course. But as you can see, it kind of looks like it has some weight to it. And it doesn't start on a dime. It actually slides to a stop.
Mobility and radar tracking systems are
which is
looking
pretty
good.
interesting. It seems, you know, they emulated more weight in the movement, which is good for a Gundam game. Because I'm sure, as anyone should know, these Gundams are not light. These Gundams are very heavy in actuality, despite what you might think in the anime or other games. I think I played a little bit of Gundam Evolution, and the Gundams just don't seem like they have much for weight in that game. This seems a little better, because yeah, you can see that weight right there is sliding to a stop.
While high-speed movement allows you to
Is
close
actually
with an enemy
pretty
for a
interesting.
distance quickly. Attacks and movement are limited while you regain your footing afterwards. Use it wisely.
Yeah, it looks like you can't quite attack as you're like sliding to a stop too, so you got to be careful.
Cycling through them now.
And then yes, it has multiple weapons. Of course, it has like beam sabers and bazookas and other beam weapons or machine guns as well, so it's pretty interesting. That looks like the Vulcans.
Nice.
And then of course there's a bazooka and a beam saber on
Nicely
the
done.
RX-78.
The order of your weapons is important. That way you can smoothly select the right
Yeah,
one, even in the heat of battle.
right. That would
And
be
remember,
the best to
there's a
learn
short
the
delay
order.
after switching weapons, during which you can't attack. Time it wisely.
I see. So yes, you need to make sure you time your weapon switching wisely. So tend to do that while you're
How's
behind
that
cover.
trigger finger of yours? Ready for some target practice?
And then targeting is, I guess, pretty standard in a sense. You get to target. I mean, you just use the crosshairs to target, and then, yeah, it of course fires. And yeah, you can use like left click to fire, because if you're using mouse and keyboard, but generally it would probably be like A button or something. I can't remember the key combo right offhand here. And it looks like it's right trigger. That's what it is. And then you switch weapon to attack, and then yeah, you can switch weapon to attack again.
Remember that a weapon is disabled while it's reloading, so choose your moment carefully. To mitigate this, many pilots choose to swap weapons once they've begun the reload process.
I see. Yeah, you'd want to do that probably. Right. Let the weapon reload and then switch to a different weapon. Yeah, that would be a good way to do it.
Mobile suit, it's a classic beam saber. Show me what you can do.
Yeah, and the beam saber actually looks like it's probably pretty cool. You know, a standard beam saber for Gundam, but it looks like it's, got at least a few attacks to it. I didn't get to test it thoroughly. I only got to hit, kind of strike with it once or twice. And at this point, I was still a little clunky with the controls. Apparently, Gundam can roll. That maybe is a little bit awkward, but it could maybe work. So yeah, I only got to swipe with it once. I don't think that was a very clear example of practicing with a beam saber.
Using a melee attack while moving left or right performs a wide sweep, good for catching enemies on the move, but not as fast as a straightforward
At least I'd say that the voice actress didn't do too bad on it.
Enemies down, but takes longer to use and recover from.
So it's pretty interesting.
Okay, that covers the basics for your mobile suit. Let's test the exit procedure and then run a few drills with you outside the cockpit.
Yeah, and then you get to get out of your mobile suit. But it's a little clunky as far as what I kind of tested. It's like it crouches when you press left trigger, but it didn't let me out right away. So I think if you hold left trigger too long, then it will go into a laying down stance. And of course you can't get out when your Gundam's laying down. But if you hit left trigger and B, it'll allow you to get out, which is pretty cool, because then you can run around on foot and grief people on foot. And yes, apparently there's an emergency eject, which is pretty interesting. Yeah, and it looks like you can also repair your mobile suit with a weapon, not necessarily a weapon, a tool that they give you. So apparently you can, you can use this tool to repair any damage, I guess, is what it would be. So it's pretty interesting in a sense. You just switch weapons to the repair tool, and then just use the repair tool with right trigger on the mobile suit to basically heal it up. That's the basic thought.
If your head or legs take too much damage, your mobile suit starts to lose functionality.
Yeah,
a repair tool can restore those damaged parts.
It seems like your mobile suit could possibly lose a head or something. Who knows?
Try to repair in a safe area or with an ally to watch your back.
You'll have parts that maybe blow up. I don't know for sure. I haven't actually tested that.
Everything's looking good here, pilot. Just one last drill and you'll be ready to go. Let's do a quick review on how to capture beacons.
Yeah, and there's beacons that you have to kind of capture. It's kind of like capture the flag. That's kind of what it is. So yeah, similar to like Halo, the what is it? Yeah, capture the flag in Halo. That's very similar to that. So it's pretty cool. Basically, you can capture a zone, and then as long as you hold that, you know, you'll be able to, you know, have an advantage. And you don't want your beacons being taken. And then you're out of the initial tutorial here. So yeah, then this is the base camp basically. And this is the training girl. Which, I mean, I have to admit her voice maybe sounds a little older than she looks.
There are plenty of other facilities here to help you. Mechanics, vendors, social centers, even a place to pick up the rewards you earn in battle.
But I probably won't be too picky on that.
Entry at the moment, so it's a good time to get your bearings.
But basically, this is the place that you can modify your MS and get stuff.
Between missions. I almost forgot. I'm supposed to give you a company Haro device. You'll need it
and then you get this Haro device that allows you to do actual customizations and stuff.
Select the mobile suit menu and choose
it's basically
customize.
your menu.
From there, you can register the mobile suit you want for ground or space, so you're always in the best mobile suit for the terrain.
Yeah, and you can have a mobile suit registered for both ground combat and space combat, so it's pretty interesting. The mobile suits seem like you can have multiple mobile suits, which is nice, but also it seems like you can get more as well. You can buy more. There's a whole bunch of them that you can buy, which is actually fairly nice. Yeah, so then pressing Y brings you onto the Haro menu, which basically brings you to the area where you can customize your mobile suits. I don't know if I actually started with this GM or not because, yeah, it shows a Zaku later on for me, so it's a little awkward, but it's probably just for the training purposes. But yeah, I've got this GM right here. It's telling me to register for space use, which, I mean, I guess you could say that GMs were good for, well, were usable on ground and in space, so not bad. And then this initial tutorial wanted me to go back to the girl to talk to her and finish that. But I kind of started walking around a little bit to just kind of see what it was like here. And then I was also trying to get onto a menu to like save and check out options, but it looks like the menu is on the Haro menu. So it allows you to kind of edit your pilot and check some databases and check and change your settings and stuff. And it looks like there's like tags that you can attach to. And you can customize the parts of your mobile suit as well, which is interesting. And you can add custom parts as far as what it looks like. So yeah, you have multiple choices of different types of guns you can have. Or I should say not just different types of guns, but different types of weapons. You can pick different guns, different beam sabers, and some different types of parts too. None of this I have at the moment. It looks like you have to level up your mobile suit as well, so that would be why some of them are locked, because they're locked behind a level type system if you level up your mobile suit. And it also looks like you can assign weapons to different buttons too, so that's actually pretty interesting. So then it gives you kind of a quick switch to those specific weapons, which makes it a little easier than just pressing the right shoulder button to switch between your weapons. And then it also shows just some other like skills and stuff too, which are pretty interesting. Now, this girl seems to be rather hot, so she's a pretty nice one. I like the NPC, like her style. She's nice. But she basically provides supplies like I think you can buy different weapons, different clothing, and some other stuff as well.
Promise me you'll come back. Skills that make
And
them
then getting
better
back to
suited
her,
for ground battles or space battles.
after I
You'll learn which
after I
skills you
changed
prefer
my
for each type of battlefield. And
GM
don't
to
worry,
space
if you ever
combat,
wanna brush up on some mobile suit skills, I'm always here to help.
I expect she's also she's probably gives you more training lessons if you
Okay,
actually
now
want
that
to go
you've got
back
your
into them.
haro, it's time for you to go meet the others. Using the guide markers on your radar, find your way to the reward center and speak with my dad, Nightheart.
And yeah,
He'll
you get a
reward
little
for finishing training and fill you in on how mercenaries
you get
get
little little things on your map up in the upper right that show you where to go, at least a little bit. Yeah, so over here at the rewards center,
or your accomplishments on the battlefield,
this is where you'd collect your rewards from. So it's pretty interesting. They already give you some initial rewards as well that you get for going through the training. So you talk to this guy and just accept the rewards that he's got for you. So when you talk to him, you'll get the options that come up to accept the stuff he's holding for you, the rewards, which is right here. And yeah, it basically gives you a bunch of stuff for free, but it does say no time limit there, so it does make me think that there's some that will be time limited so that you have to accept them within a certain amount of time. Otherwise they might just disappear, because yeah, I know they do that sometimes. But at least they give you some nice like some currency and stuff that to get you started. And then a strength frame, which is a custom part allowing you to put it into your mobile suit, which is pretty good. And that'll kind of teach you how to get that into your mobile suit as well. So next, it basically trains you to put in one of the custom parts. So it brings, and then for some reason it gave me a Zaku instead of a GM, so I'm not sure why they just change it on you. It's probably just for the tutorial, but you come in here, put the custom parts in the lower section there, which is interesting. It basically gives you like 8 slots there to add custom parts to strengthen your mobile suit, which is pretty cool. And then next it sends you over to the nice hot girl.
I'm Katarina, and I run things here. You can
So
exchange
yes,
your DP for materials here, or use
you can,
tokens
yeah,
to call
right.
in a
You can
supply drop.
you can buy like clothes and other equipment for your mobile suit, and I think the supply drop basically gives you some random stuff as well as possibly some random mobile suits as well. So it's something interesting to think about or consider, but you also have to make sure that you're you manage your stuff wisely, because you get special tokens to use for that. So just getting onto her menu here, it shows you it's just kind of explaining the supply counter here, where you can exchange your DP because you receive DP as battle rewards, probably through the PvP aspect, and then you can get the tokens probably also through the PvP aspect, but I'm not fully sure. Of course, it looks like it's also saying that at least at this point in the supply drops you might get a double Z, which would be an interesting Gundam to get. But otherwise, going to the DP exchange counter,
You can exchange the DP you
right
have
here.
on hand for materials.
So you can basically buy mobile suits,
These are the
which
current
there's
supply materials.
quite a supply. It looks like they also have different levels though, so it looks like you can probably only buy certain level ones. They're kind of level locked. So actually, I haven't even seen that AG before, so I'm not sure what series that's from. And a Black Rider, I don't know if I've seen that either, or maybe if I have, it's one of the rarer ones that just you never really see. But there's an interesting amount of Gundams here. I shouldn't say Gundams. Interesting amount of mobile suits here. There is some Gundams as well. There's Blue Destiny Unit 3 here, which is pretty cool. There's also Delta Gundam, which is also pretty cool. There's even EXS as well, which is a very interesting one to have. And then full armor Gundam Mark II, full armor 7th, even what is that full armor? There's another full armor one there too, and then some other smaller mobile suits as well as some Xeon ones as well. Okay, so that's full armor Gundam right there. Yes. And then Gelgugs and Gebera Tetras, and at least there's a nice variety of Gundams in here though. So it gives you a choice of what you want. The question is, will they, you know, be on par with some of the stronger mobile suits? You don't really know. You might have to, you know, add a bunch of option parts to, you know, get yourself on par with a Gundam, because it does seem like a lot of these lesser mobile suits have a lot less health than the Gundams themselves. There's even GPO-2A as well, and GPO-3 Stamen, and GPO-4 even, which is interesting. Gundam Unit 4. So there's a lot of units. Gundam Unit 5. And then Hammurabis, and yeah, some pretty interesting mobile suits. Even the Cubile. It also looks like each mobile suit has a different type as well. There's raid ones, there's general ones, and there's support ones. It looks like most of the Gundams are fit into the general category. The raid ones are probably ones you'd take in to attack, like, you know, act guys. They'd be kind of stealthy more so because they swim underwater. And then support would be like, you know, healing or something like that. And then you can also buy weapons as well, like I said, which is pretty interesting. Looks like they can only go on certain mobile suits though. And then you can buy custom parts as well, which is also pretty cool because you can buy your own upgrades. And then you can buy clothing, even though I don't see any here for me to buy, which is kind of odd. Maybe there's just not enough available, or maybe there's none available to me yet. That's what. So basically then it teaches you how to get a supply drop. So you'd come on and you'd talk to her, you'd try to get a supply drop. I believe the 3 token cost is only a one time because it's just for the initial tutorial. So then if you see what you get, now I'm not sure how much, I mean, if I got it here, let's see. Yes, I didn't get it because, well, I got kicked out for maintenance. So, yeah, that's basically just a kind of a look at Gundam Battle Operation 2. It looks like it's going to be an interesting game, but yeah, I haven't got into the PvP yet. I'll probably do another video on that maybe, if I can get through the rest of the tutorial, and then yeah, I'll see if I can do some maybe PvP and maybe some live streams or something like that. I'll see, but I haven't decided yet. So yeah, that's it for this video and kind of a first look at Gundam Battle Operation 2. I do like Gundam games. I am a kind of a Gundam fan a little bit. But yeah, that's it for this video. If you like this video, hit that like button. I really appreciate it. It really helps us out a lot. If you haven't already, subscribe, hit that bell icon, leave a comment, and of course share it. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.